Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have made a tutorial with the basic knots you'll be learning when starting macrame. Once you get the hang of these patterns, you'll be able to make heaps of different designs. But before we get started, hit subscribe if you would like to see more tutorials and videos like this. Let's go! First, we're going to start with the basic square knot. This is one that once you learn it, you can apply it to many different things. We're going to start with the two outer cords. These middle two, we're not going to use them for anything. So what you're first going to do is take your first cord here on the left, or on the right, depends which way direction you want to go. Now you're going to go in front of these center two cords. The second cord you're going to put in front of your first cord. Then it's going to come around the back of the center two and through the loop that you've with the first strand. Now you're going to tighten that, and that's the first half of the square knot. Now you're going to repeat the first step in the other direction. So you're going to take your first cord, put it in front of the center two, take your second cord that is in front of your first cord now, and it's going to come around the back and through this loop. That is one square knot. Now you're just going to keep repeating the process. So your first cord in front of these middle two, your second cord in front of the first, around behind the center two, and through the loop. Now you're going to take your first cord in front of the two in the center, behind the second cord, and that's going to come back through the loop. And there you go. There you go. This knot is also used in spiral knots. You can also alter it so it will have a different appearance for different effects. It is also the one that's usually used in making larger pieces of macrame. You can also alternate, which I will show you in a different video, of how to make it in larger patterns and pieces, including bags or pillowcases. To make a spiral knot, you'll actually be using half of the square knot. So instead of doing the two full knots that make a single square knot, you'll just be using the first. Now, depending on which direction you want to go is to which cord you'll use first. So now we're going to be doing a spiral that turns to the right. So we'll be starting with the first cord on the left. It's going to go in front of the two middle cords and behind the second cord, just like a normal square knot. And it's going to come around behind the back and through the loop. Now, normally with a square knot, you would alternate and you would come back the opposite direction. That we're going to keep going using the cord that's on the left, going in front of the center two, and behind the cord that's on the right. And that second cord is going to come through the loop. Now, because of the way this knot is, it's going to start to twist. You just keep repeating that half of the square knot. And as it starts to come around, that's fine. Just keep grabbing the cord that's on the left and starting with that one. And go, you can see how it's brought around. Now, to make a spiral knot, but in the opposite direction, so instead of turning to the right, it'll be turning to the left, you're going to take your 2 working cords. Now you're going to put the cord on the right in front of the center 2 and behind the cord that's on the left. Now the cord on the left is going to go behind the center 2 and back through the loop that we've made with the first cord. Now we're just going to keep repeating that. So the cord that's on the right in front of the center 2 and behind the cord that's on the left. Now the cord on the left is going to go behind the center 2 and through the loop that you've made. Now it's starting to twist. Just keep repeating this process. And it will start to get a nice turn. So in most designs in macrame, especially for unique patterns, they'll be using a half hitch knot. To do this, you take 1 cord. Now this is going to go in front of everything. Okay, and this is going to make a diagonal line. Now it's important to hold the cord in the direction that you would like it to go. Now you're going to take the first cord that is beside it. Now it's going to go over and through a loop like that. Now you're going to repeat that a second time. So it's starting off from behind. It's going to go over the top of the working cord and through the back of that loop. Now you're going to take the next cord in the line. It's going to go behind, over the top, and through. Now, where you tighten it, you can see the direction that it's going to go. Okay? Now, you're going to repeat the step again. Nice and tight. And you keep repeating this, so it's from behind, over the top, and through. And you'll repeat that step again, from behind, over the top, through the loop. So there you go, 4 different knots that you can learn when starting macrame. It's great to just grab a few chords and keep practicing the same knot over and over again until you find a nice rhythm. If you like this video and want to see more, check out my channel and don't forget to like and subscribe.